everyone, it's Christina. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a current setup video for you. This is an A5 size Moterm. It's a folio style cover. And inside I am using a A5 insert that I purchased on Amazon. And I'm also using a A5 Stylogy half year. So let's talk about what I'm doing. There's been a lot of changes, I think. I added some paint, first of all. I added some paint and texture to my pages. This is going to be, this paycheck passed, but anyways, this is going to be my budget planner portion and my long-term lists are going to be in this, right? And I've mentioned that before, but not with the budget portion. So that's what this is turning into for me. And I just have like little scraps of notes and some little labels, sticky notes, some little bows, and of course a little coffee cup, die cut. This one is where my brain really is. I'm in this every day, all day, and I'm still loving this. I think that the cover plays a huge role in, how well, I mean, the insides do too, but it just all has to kind of work together to make you want to open it. Like, where's my planner? I need that, right? So I'm going to do a flip through. I do have a couple pages here that I am thinking of using. I bought one of those, I think it's Recollections books, the menu, and they have the holes in them, which I don't know why you would make a booklet that tight with holes, but for rings. But anyway, I cut that off, and I'm going to try to use that for menu planning, and just have a couple of things here for my 24 plan that I'm kind of working on. Some of these things are the same, but I'm just going to kind of flip through. So here we go. AT school schedule, curriculums that we're using. My months are principles, just free, Googled it, found those. To do for AT school. And for those of you who don't know, I'm sorry I didn't say that, that's our homeschool name. So I have a 5-year-old in kindergarten, and then I do have my toddler here as well. And so I kind of have to entertain her basically, but I use educational type things when we're schooling. Some projects that we were doing around the house and trying to do some pricing on some items. And I mentioned this in my last video too, I believe, and I'll link that for you. But typing out a lot of these things from when I moved out of my other planner into this one, that totally saved me. That got me up and running faster than I ever have in the past. And so that's what I'm going to continue doing moving forward, no matter what kind of planner I'm in. When the books are full or when the pages are full, that is what I'm doing. So yeah, I just mapped out some of my 24 plan stuff. And I'm going to do an update on my 24 plan planner as well, because I changed it. How I'm kind of doing things in there. Actually, and the cover. Yes, and the cover system. The whole thing. To do for my planner. To buy. Home project expenses. Which I never updated that. I have a bunch of receipts actually in here that I need to get mapped out here so I can keep track of some things. My 24 plan, just that's what I like about thinking, just thinking right here. And my dailies, that's typically how they look. Well, that's how they looked actually at the beginning of October. I've since changed that, and I'll get to that in just a moment. So I stopped doing random pages in the middle. So I did all of this kind of when I moved in, right? Next time I'm not going to do it that way. Next time what I want to do is I want to do all of those type of things on maybe the front side, and then start from the back with my dailies, and not have them mixed up. So just for future reference, that's what I'm going to do. But here's where you can see kind of how my pages look. And then you see here, I changed it. I started doing times to where I could kind of get my day a little bit more lined out. But I was using a lot of the page and was having a hard time finding where the things were that I wrote down. So I ended up, which you'll see, I ended up going to right here, 2 pages for one day, this full spread. So I can kind of do my morning, and yes, I do rewrite some things, especially for school, and for my 24 plan, really. From my other 2 planners, I do rewrite things in here. But now I have a little bit more space to think, right? I have some jotting space. And just kind of a little bit more washy, of course, but just more room to spread out and having room to think, and not being so worried about filling up my page too quickly. So, and I did end up writing on this accidentally. And so I'm going to keep using this until it's not sticky anymore. But this is the rest of my pre-planning for the week. And so I just went back through and covered up those other days. I hadn't stamped anything, but I did do daily stickers. So I just went back through and covered those up. So I do have something on almost every single page now. I just like that feel. I love adding dimensions and layers and texture to my planner. So I'm just flipping through here so you can kind of see. And then I have our new routine. And then, so this was kind of where that section was. I started saying, okay, no, I need to put those all together. So then that happened, but I started doing 2 pages for one day. So I kind of went to the back and picked it up. So it's kind of different, but I wanted to make sure that it starts right here. So I wanted to make sure that I had enough space. So these were like, this is where the section is. But I wanted to make sure I had enough space for that, and I counted it out, and I'm just going to work with it it's only a month and a half, kind of. But yeah, I did add paint and some different things back here, so. Just thinking, these pages like this are for thinking and for lists, and I don't know why that keeps getting stuck on there, but it does. But see how they're just a little bit more difficult to turn because there's nothing on them yet. Like these, because they've been flipped through a lot, they just turn like butter, Like I love that. And you can even tell it too when you set your book up. Let me take these out. You see how those pages right here look compared to those back pages? It's pretty cool. So, I am working with that schedule. It's helping me to see okay, what do I need to do in the morning? And then there, you'll notice like from 10 to 11, I don't have anything. That's our getting ready time. So I didn't need to write that down. And then I have some space for school. And then obviously, I can take up little spaces here, and then I have the space here so I can block off things, as needed. And then from 12:30 to 1:30 is lunchtime, so I don't write that down. And then this is when usually my daughter sleeps the majority of this time, but not all of it. My youngest naps. And so, usually I work on my 24 plan stuff, and I'm really refining the tasks that I do during that time. So that's what that space is for. And then from 4 to 8, and then our girls go to bed at 8. So then we have that time, and then after my husband goes to bed, I record videos. Not every night, but that's what I'm doing today. But and so I stamped on one side and did the day on the other. But I really like it. I really, really like it. And it's working out really well. And I love how it's coming together. And I'm, excited to move into the next one and really trying to get this part set up, because it sat empty for a while, and I was like, well, maybe I don't have any kind of long-term list that I really need. But I was like, that can't be true, right? You always need to refer to things, and there's got to be something that I can put in there that I'm rewriting in some way, So I ended up doing the money part, and I'll put my zone cleaning list, and I will also put this daily list for my 24 plan in there. So hopefully I'll get those things updated some more before the next video. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick flip through and share how things are evolving here in this planner anyway. And if you have any questions or comments, leave those down below for me. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.